In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create these cinematic looks.
Ooh, that sugar sweet. You got what I need. Sipping on the potion. All that good emotion. Just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat.
For this movement recreation, what we're going to be doing is a very typical shot that you see with the robot, where it starts above the product and then comes down in an almost arc motion with a little bit of a twist. And you'll see this in a lot of hero shots. The way that we're gonna do it is you're gonna need a few things. You're gonna need C-stand arms, and you're also gonna need the knuckles. You're gonna need about 4 for the size setup that we're gonna be doing. And then the next thing that you're gonna be needing is 2 flagpole holders that rotate like this. And then the last thing you're gonna want is a clamp, C-clamp for both sides, or you can drill it in. It really just depends on the surface that you're gonna be working on. Right now we have a paper backdrop right here. It's gonna be red, and this doesn't really match, unfortunately, with the Ritz packaging, but this is more just to show you guys the cool movement that you're gonna do. And what we're gonna have is we're gonna be having our camera pointing down like this, and then comes down, and bam, it is gonna be matching. I mean, that's gonna be like an ending shot that you would see in your product video. And so how are we gonna recreate that? Well, if you come over here, Alex, everything that I'm gonna be showing you guys today is going to be in the link in the description below with the kit. Everything I buy off of Amazon, and not sponsored by Amazon, but this is what it looks like. And what we're gonna do is take this right here. I'm gonna have to re-show you real fast. So what we're gonna do is, it comes in like this and these lock together, but that's a problem because you want it to be a smooth rotation. So we're gonna put them in backwards like that. And then we're just gonna screw this on until it's nice and snug, but not too tight where it's not gonna rotate. This is gonna get our movement like so. And we're gonna do one on this side and that side. The first thing you're gonna wanna do, I don't know why I keep saying the first thing. The third thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna place this right on the edge of your table, but you also wanna line it up with where the center of your product's gonna be. You're gonna wanna think about that. So if you want your product right there, you want this to line up with it, because the best way to keep your camera in frame is to make sure that you have it all lined up. So we have it right here. I'm gonna take this clamp and I'm just gonna shove the clamp right in here, and then we're just gonna tighten it so it doesn't move. I don't wanna drill into this table because it's not my table. We had a piece of wood, but unfortunately there's a thief afoot and somebody stole my wood. So unfortunately, we're just using a rig setup here. But boom, like that. Now this is nice and secure, and this is gonna rotate like this, and you can always tighten it a little bit more. It's gonna loosen, and I'm sure there's quite a few of you out there that are actually handy men or handy women, and you have a better way of locking this so it stays tight but also can rotate. But this is a very simple way that I've come up with. You can actually see from one of our old setups that we did where we just used C-stands, but we ran into the same problem as with the C-stand, is that these would walk and get stuck, and it wasn't as smooth a movement, so I wanted to improve upon it. These flagpoles right here, super cheap. They're about $15 to $9 on Amazon, and I'll link you guys with an even better one than this. Then you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. The next step is you're gonna need 2 C-stand arms, and I'm gonna take the first one and put it right in here like this, and then use this knob. And this is why I decided to use flagpoles or flagpole holders, just because you can put the knob right in like that, and then we're just gonna lay it down on this side and do the same thing on the other side. We're gonna take the C-stand knuckle, stick it on here like so, and then rotate it up like that. Tighten, make sure that it is perpendicular with this. It's going straight. The next thing you're gonna wanna do is take another knuckle and put it right in the center of the C-stand arm, connecting it with this part right here. Then we're gonna now connect our 2 arms by going like this. Oops, let's do it on the top, 1 sec. By going like this, sliding it back. Now putting this one in like so. Now make sure that it's nice and center, that everything is square, even before you start locking things off. So right there. You can always readjust this one later. Just want to make sure this is nice and tight and secure because this is going to be the base of your frame. Now that we've built our frame, what I'm going to do is show you guys how it moves. And you're going to want to grab it from the center because it's not the most secure thing from the sides. And so you're just going to grab it right here. Boom, boom. And like that. And the point of this is not about speed. It's just to give you a very cool perspective with your shot. So you'd be starting up here with the camera and then dropping down. Nice and smooth is the goal. So the next thing we're gonna do is attach the camera. And what you're gonna use is this adapter that comes with C-stands. And we're gonna literally just screw this in to the bottom of the camera. You're gonna make sure that your knuckle is pointing like this. And then we're just gonna place this right in here. Give it a little bit of height so it doesn't, so you have a little bit of space. And then we're just gonna tighten this until, make sure it's even. Just like that. Now it is, when you can always tighten it more, which you can go like that, tighten, make sure it's really tight. And then you can loosen this again. So you can spin it around like that. Beautiful. So the next thing you're gonna wanna do is frame up your shot. The beautiful part about this is your focus isn't gonna have to change because you're gonna be staying at the same distance from most of your objects, unless they're ridiculously tall, but we should be okay. And I'm just gonna lock off the focus like this, boom. We're gonna press record like this. And then I'm just gonna slowly lift up. And then come back down nice and slow. Beautiful. Another robotic movement, or another movement that we can emulate, is a very cool one of pushing in and diving down. Almost similar to the top to bottom, but it gives you a different perspective. And what you're gonna need is a tripod. I was gonna say C-stand for a second. I was staring at that for a while. And a slider. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna have our tripod raised up decently high. Then we're gonna take the tripod head off. You didn't see that. And then we're gonna take this, and you can use any slider. I'm just using the one that we could find that was the closest. And it's very heavy, which is maybe good or not good. And then we're just gonna move this out of the way so I can't see crap. Cool, now that we did that, the next thing you're gonna wanna do is loosen the ball head joint, point this as steep as you can, and then we're like, all right, that's all right, but we need it to get a little bit more aggressive. And the way that we're gonna do that is drop this leg and this leg all the way down like so. See? And then what I'm gonna do is, because I'm a fool and I forgot to grab it, is I'm gonna have Alex grab some sandbags for me. So, Alex, yep. Put her on. Let's get another one. No, not lower. It's a little crooked. So, if you're smarter than me, what you're gonna do is you're gonna extend your two first legs out wider, and then you're gonna put all of your support in the back of the C-stand. Or, geez, why do I keep saying C-stand? With the sandbags. Sandbags. No, sandbags. For your support. And then we're gonna put our head on like this. Then I can kind of show you guys the movement that we're gonna be doing. Our product is gonna be right here. Alex moved it somewhere. And let me oh, we're doing really good over here. With this, you're gonna wanna do it a few times, just nice and steady. As you're sliding down, you're gonna be panning up. And I use single point autofocus, and I keep my product in the same spot. So I pick a small spot on the product, and then I use the little box that's a single point autofocus, and I try to aim and keep that in there the whole time with my hands as steady as possible. It's all about slow and steady is gonna win this race. All right, so I'm aiming for this H, and I'm just gonna go nice and slow.
What race?
The race of life, Joseph. This shot is actually one of my favorite shots that I came up with a long time ago, which involves using a C-stand and a C-stand arm with a few attachments that will mimic a robotic shot of where you're pouring and the camera is following that pour. So you get this perfect liquid shot coming right out of the bottle itself. And the way that we're gonna do that is we're gonna take your C-stand arm and place it in right like, geez Louise, loosen it, and take it and place it right here with the knuckle in the center. And then you're gonna attach a knuckle on this side and a knuckle on this side. And you wanna make sure that now you have these parts not actually attached to this bar, only this one is attached to this bar. And the reason why is because we're gonna use this, we're gonna lock this off and we're gonna unlock this to cause our rotation. But now what we need to do is attach our camera and our bottle. And what they're gonna do, pivot together so you have a perfect shot of your camera matching with the bottle as it pours and getting liquid pouring out. And you can shoot that in 120, 60 frames, or even anything slower. It's really up to you. We're using my R5, so we're just gonna be shooting at 120 for this. And the next thing that you're gonna wanna take is a pin to baby plate adapter. And we're just gonna stick this in right here. Tighten that, make sure that's nice and level. Looks great. And then the next thing you can do is take your soda like this. And what you're gonna wanna do is get some heavy duty mounting tape. And I love using this one. This holds up to 60 pounds. I'll put it in the link below as well. But before I do that, and you don't have to do this, some things are just added bonuses, is I'm gonna take this red box, acrylic box that I have, and attach it first, and then put my soda on top so I can get a little bit more of a full shot. It's really up to you. You know, you can always add in extra steps, but it's not necessary. You can definitely do it without it. You're gonna take this tape and you're gonna wanna carefully place it onto your bottle on the right spot and make sure that it's actually sticking to your bottle. If it's not, then if you pour this, you're gonna break whatever is below it. So just be very careful with that. This is a false, I mean, not a false bottom, but a deeper bottom. So I might double up my tape just so it actually sticks to it. The next thing you're gonna want is something to catch your liquid into. And we have a fish tank right here. You can use whatever you want. You can use a bucket. We just happen to have a fish tank because we use it a lot for product videos. Use whatever you want to capture the liquid and any kind of receptacle that you have. It's time to attach your camera. And we have the same adapter that we had before for the top to bottom shot. And we've just now attached it to a bigger tripod because I'm gonna wanna go vertical for this. And again, you don't have to go vertical. This is just something that I thought would be fun because it'd make a cool perspective for the shot. You can definitely go horizontal, which I have before. You can see a lot of my videos from back in the day where I've done this shot a bunch of times. We're gonna tighten this in if I'm going the right way, which I'm not. I'm still not going the right way. I was going the right way. Who knows what I'm doing in my life? And we're gonna make sure this is nice and straight. We can use the bubble to line everything up just like that. Make sure everything's very tight because this is where being loose can fail you miserably. Cool. And next thing I got is my camera. I've attached it to a plate and to an L bracket because, like I said, I'm gonna shoot it vertically, pop it in like that. Now we're gonna get our camera locked in place just like that. Make sure that's nice and tight. You don't want that coming off. It'd be very bad. Now we're gonna be doing the same exact movement, but we've changed our background from a solid color to a live background. Sorry, it's really bright. So we changed it to a live background. And the reason why we're doing that is because With a live background that's not a solid color, you can see this movement or movement that we're trying to replicate, and you're gonna see a lot more to it because now you can see the can rotating because you have something in the background for perspective. Ideally, you wouldn't be doing it on something like this, but for example, you'd be doing it something more like outdoors or maybe in a kitchen or an environment that you could actually see it, but not a solid color. So this is just another way to utilize this shot. We've switched it to my Ursa because I want to shoot it at a slower motion just for fun. And we've gotten some bigger lights and we're just gonna mess around with this Coors can and see what we can get. Now I'm going to talk about the next setup, and this is a new idea that I came up with to have a better drop down shot, top drop down shot, I guess you could call it. I'm sure you've seen before, if you guys have been following me for a while, my pants slider technique, and then also my technique of connecting my slider to this. But the problem with that is that it's still too wobbly. So I wanted to have something that's a little bit more secure and locked in, and I know exactly where my camera is going to end up. What I've done is I've taken two C-stands, one right here and one right here, put the arms going across, and then connect it with one knuckle together right here. Then I'm using the adapter on the back of the camera right here, and then we have another knuckle pointing up that we can connect right here. And then we just lock that off once we have the position that we like. And once we get it like that, we can literally, excuse the noise, these are a little bit creaky. We can lift up with one arm like this, and we can do a drop shot. So, and drop, see? Let's do it. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. It is freezing cold in my studio. That's why I'm wearing this comfy. I am not sponsored by them. I just love it. Please like, share, and comment. Again, you guys, these tutorials are for you guys to think outside the box and start creating your own moves, and also to inspire you from the moves that I've come up with. There's so many different things that you can come up with. It's endless possibilities. There's endless possibilities. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, exactly. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time. Oh, and if you haven't checked out my product video course, I know that I'm always advocating for it, but I really don't do sponsors. It's very rare. And that is why I sponsor and push my own program and product, because I don't believe in pushing things that I don't actually use. And so the only product that I actually use is my product. And that is why I am supporting it and always pushing it comparatively to taking sponsorship deals. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and until next time.